nation. No donation, no salvation.
And remember, respect is everything.
Okay, people, we are back, and today we are going to look at Springer. So, it's not quite the best representation of Springer, given the style that I go for. But you know what? He's probably one of my more involved Transformers. Yeah. He does have a spinning propeller, which is good. So, yeah. There is some level of parts forming to this, which it's unfortunate, but it kind of could not be avoided. Some little machine guns here for the helicopter, so you can blast things to oblivion. Aside from that, there really isn't much to say. Now, he does have a car mode. He is, in fact, a triple changer, but unfortunately, there is some level of parts forming, like I just said, so let's get to the transformation of sorts. Okay, so we're going to start with removing the propellers. In fact, this piece actually goes here to cover where the propeller... Oop, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Accuracy bonus!
Shifted, ironically. So yeah, these become his swords, so technically he has weapon storage. What else? Next, let's rotate this out. Straighten that. Flip these up. Okay. Then we will move his wheels out like this. And if we can just straighten them up a bit. There we go. It's a little difficult to see past the phone camera. But, yeah. So yeah, not the best car mode. It's, for the very least, some kind of a car. I'm going to put these to the side. So yeah, he does roll, which is nice. Yeah, not the best car mode. But anyway, now to the robots mode. Okay, so first things we're going to do is we're going to stand him up like this. We're going to flip these all the way back. And those become like his heels, so that he could stand, because he is quite a heavy figure. Here, let's move this out of the way just so I can split the legs. I'll put him back. Point this up a bit, because he is kind of tall. Not sure how tall, but we'll check here in a minute when we do size comparisons. Rotate the head out. Fold those wheels. Here, let's do one thing at a time. Fold his arms out. There's his hands. Fold those out. Now we're going to rotate his arms forward. And then we're going to fold him down. Straighten his arm out a bit. Let's go ahead and do that first. Put these back. Kind of give him a little bit of clearance for his head. And there's Springer. I made his face gold because I couldn't really find any good pictures. And I even went back and rewatched the show a bit, and I couldn't really tell if his face was gray or kind of like a almost flesh color. It's really weird. I couldn't tell. But here's his helicopter blades. Those can become swords. Rotate this one just so that it looks correct. So yeah, he's got some swords. I did make him a blaster, which, let me go get that. Okay, so here is that blaster. Remove his swords. Let's see. I never really thought about weapon storage in robot mode. I guess what we could do is we could put them together like this. And then I guess you could just stick them on his back if you wanted to. It's a little bit of a clearance issue, but here, will that work? That might work. If you spread his legs out a bit, yeah, it kind of works. But his shoulders are now a little more limited. Let's just keep him off for now. Anyway, yeah, the blaster. Straighten his hand out a bit. So he's got a bit of a double shoulder. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just because of the way he's made. Because he is kind of built from spare parts. Because when I buy the parts to build my Transformers, I always end up with leftovers that I don't know what to do with. So I kind of did my best to use those leftovers to build at least another figure. Unfortunately, I still have leftovers, which I used to build this hilarious robotic monkey thing. I probably won't keep it for very long, because once I get more parts, I'll just rip the parts off of this, and these are what I use for eyes, because they're kind of angular, and then I wonder if I can make somebody with green eyes. We'll see. Only the future will tell. But, I don't know why I keep, that's just where I keep spare parts, in the jar. So yeah, let's put him next to his friends. There's Blur. And there's RC. And that's really the only characters I made from the Season 3 cast. I might make some more later. I'm not entirely sure. What else can we compare him with? Here, let's compare him with good old Windblade. Here, let's push RC over here. Push him back. There's Windblade. And let's just put Drift in there, because why not? Yeah, he's a little short, but, I mean, he's still cool. We'll get to all these figures in a later time. Okay, he doesn't really have... I mean, he's got a little bit of articulation. He's actually fairly posable. I did make these adjustables, so in the event that you need more articulation out of them, you can move them a bit about, but doesn't really seem to add that much. His main shoulders are actually in the bottom sockets here. He's got wrist and actual hands, which is nice. They look like boxing gloves, but they're still hands. He's got, what else has he got? He's on a little bit of a ball joint. His knees are a little, oh, that's never happened. Then again, I never really tried to test his articulation like this. His knees are, I don't know if I'd even call that 45, honestly. Let's see if we can move his legs forward. Yeah, he's not the most posable, unfortunately, which sucks because he is a swordsman, at least in my story, but you can still get something out of him. Here, let's give him his swords. Actually, I guess they can mount here, kind of like Optimus Prime's swords in the Bay movies, if you wanted to do that. So I guess it's another way he could use them. And then you could give him his gun in one hand. Actually, no, you can't. Well, that failed. Here's his blaster. Yeah, we don't care about that. I don't have a figure to compare him with, unfortunately. So, the Lego version's all I got. I don't really have any plans to look at any other figures right now. I mean, I still got plenty of... I got plenty of figures to work with. I mean, we still got those combiners, because I need to cover them at some point. Because, yeah, they're a nightmare. But yeah, there's Springer, and, yeah, he's a nice figure. Again, he was just kind of built with, whatever I had available to me, so he's alright. But, yeah, that should do it. Aside from that, there really isn't much else to say, so that'll do it for this video. There's his swords. His blaster. Let's give him his blaster, because I don't think I stuck it in his hand yet. And if I did, well, then we'll do it again, just because why not? Springer. I still got to build Hot Rod and Cup, and then eventually Ultra Magnus, but after that, we should have a complete cast.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!